Alright guys, it's Sunday, and I'm going to try and keep this under 3 minutes. But basically, every time I turn on the radio, I think about making this video, but I've made similar videos, but ham radio is dead. And the reason I'm saying it's dead is because, well, when I turn on the radio and I look for a group of people to talk to on 80 or 40, there aren't any choices for people that I can hear on my radio with my 80 meter loop, and I have a damn good antenna, okay? I've been doing this over 10 years. I'm a younger ham. I'll be 50 this year. So I represent a different slice of ham radio than the boomers. I'm not in that category. And so I grew up differently than they did. I think differently than they do. And Generation X is a completely different generation. We won't even get into all that. But so what I see is there's one or two groups on 80 meters I can talk to. If I don't like those people, well, then I basically end up having to talk to myself or chase DX. And there is some DX on the band. I do have an extra class. I can access parts of the band where the DX is. 40 meters. There's like one or two groups in Arizona on there, maybe, mixed with California and whatever. But there's not a lot of choices. If you don't like these guys, then you're not going to be talking to anybody. And then, so 20 meters, there might be a couple of groups. I don't really get on 20 too much. I like 10 meters, but most of the time, there's nothing going on 10 meters. If you're doing FT8, you can do it on all the bands. But if you look at ham radio from FT8 perspective, it's not dying. But if you look at it from single sideband, it's absolutely dead. And there's not a lot happening. I don't want to check into your net. I don't want to give a weak signal report to somebody in the United States. That's not impressive to me. Okay, I don't get a kick out of that. Yeah, I'm part of the Ole Miss. I have an Ole Miss number. I don't know what it is. I got it because it kept bugging me to get it. But here's the thing. After a while, that stuff gets a little bit lame, and you'll notice that if you participate in those nets, the people, they come and they go. They don't stick around forever. So getting on the radio and being able to talk and have fun, that's what I think radio should be about. Talking about projects, technical stuff, and you just don't see a lot of that. And so radio is basically dead for me, because if I want to use the radio, I basically have to talk to people that I may or may not like, or not talk at all. And that, to me, is compromising your principles and what you believe in and what you stand for.